as you're looking around at different communities around Florida, you're going to want to know a little bit about that community before you maybe even decide to come and visit. And I'm going to try to tell you a little bit about what Palm Coast is like, the good and the bad, and try to give you an idea of what this community is really all about. So if you're looking at checking out the area, my name is Bill Bishop. I'm a realtor here in Palm Coast, and I'm with a fantastic team, and we'd love to work with you if you decide to check out moving here and looking at Palm Coast. But every once in a while I'll suggest to a client that they should come to Palm Coast because it's such a uniquely different town that in Florida, that it's kind of a set out away from all the larger metropolitan areas. We're about 25 miles south of St. Augustine, and we're about, I'd say 35 or 40 minutes north or north of Daytona. We're really kind of a hidden treasure, I think, in Florida, because no one really knows about us. There's good reasons for that, I think. One is that there's, for good and bad, this whole Palm Coast area, this city was set up as more of a retirement kind of community. So there's really not any big industries or businesses here. Really come down to Palm Coast. We have plenty of Airbnbs. And really, realtors don't like suggesting that. But if I find that I have a client that is sort of iffy about the area, and before they really want to get serious about maybe looking at properties, I always have them come down and get a feel for the actual city, because every city is going to be uniquely different. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you'll find here in Palm Coast as far as what it feels like, what the people are like, what the neighborhoods are like, and some of the things you're not going to find here in Palm Coast. I want to talk to a little bit about what's different here in Palm Coast and what you might find in other areas or in other towns if you're exploring other areas to visit or possibly relocate. It seems to me like geographically we're kind of uniquely positioned because we're sort of away from any of the major metropolitan areas. I came from a large metropolitan area, Minneapolis, and I've heard it from everybody that's coming and moving here is that a lot of them or some of them are getting away from what's happening in their cities. And the one thing I can say about Palm Coast is that you feel really safe here. But I think geographically speaking, that kind of keeps us away from all of the mayhem and things that are happening in some of the larger cities.
Attention to a problem many small business owners say is getting out of hand in New York City. Thieves repeatedly stealing store merchandise, some say with little or no consequences.
That's just my take, and that's just what I'm hearing actually from people that are thinking about moving here. When you decide to move somewhere, it's always there's always trade-offs. You're going to get the good weather. You might get and you have all the advantages of where you're moving from. I don't know where you're moving from, but I had some things that I really liked when I lived in Minneapolis. I had really nice restaurants. I had a little bit more entertainment options, I guess. Those things I certainly miss, but so there's trade-offs. When I just came down to Palm Coast, I really didn't know whether I would miss those things a lot or not. And turns out that I really didn't. I kind of settled into this more laid-back lifestyle. And that brings me to to another point, and that is that this is a small town. It has that small town feel. So if you're looking for the fancy shopping district like in Palm Beach, if you're looking for all the major attractions, you're going to have to travel an hour and a half to Orlando. They have a They have all the entertainment options, but we are situated about 25 to 30 miles from really any kind of touristy area, I guess. So we're a little bit more laid back, and although things are getting a little bit more crazy around here, I know a lot of my people I speak with here in town, including my 85-year-old father and mother, is that the traffic's getting a lot worse. And it is a little bit, but I guess it's all relative. I don't think it's gotten much worse in the 5 years that I've lived here. Another point I wanted to make about what you probably not going to see here is a lot of pretentiousness. I think a lot of people here come from working class backgrounds. They came to Palm Coast to have an affordable home to retire in. A lot of people are in the retirement years. And what I also wanted to touch on was some of the things you will have. I was talking a little bit about the Intercoastal Waterway. That's a big attraction here, is the boating. We have the canals where a lot of homes are located. A lot of people have their boats in their backyards. And it's a really kind of an active lifestyle here and you find in other communities, but I think it's really prevalent here. We've got tons of trails, lots of bikers, mountain biking, but also the boating and the surfing and the fishing and those things like that. And the other thing is pickleball. I love pickleball. That's my activity that I do here. I do it almost every day. There's a lot of pickleball courts and groups and things around here. All right, so I kind of wanted to wrap up here again. If you need any assistance in checking out the area, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. I'm Bill Bishop, and love to help you learn a little bit more about the area. And until next time, bye-bye.